Hello, my name is Jack Fisher, and today I will be presenting you a brief look at the geological history of Coyote Hills. Coyote Hills is located in the northern part of Orange County along Rosecrans Avenue, surrounded by the cities of Buena Park, Fullerton, and La Mirada. In the 1960s, the surrounding area was in use as a quarry for sand and gravel. Local paleontologists had reason to believe that there could be fossils nearby and began performing some excavations that bore fruit. Upon discovery of the fossils, the site was deemed significant and worthy of preservation, and so, after being acquired by the County of Orange, the Ralph B. Clark Regional Park was then established in 1981. And a few years later, the museum that now houses the fossils that were unearthed opened on site in 1987. Now then, how exactly did the hills that we see today come to be? Well, to answer that question, we'll have to go back millions of years ago. For most of the Cenozoic era, the greater Los Angeles area was underwater, completely covered by ocean. The area remained underwater for millions of years. Only relatively recently has the land emerged, around 1 million years ago during the Pleistocene epoch, when the movement of tectonic plates tilted the Los Angeles basin, causing ocean waters to recede. The transition from sea to land has left its mark, and the makeup of the Coyote Hills area can be divided into 3 distinct formations, each representing a different era in the land's history. The oldest layer is the San Pedro Formation. This layer is largely marine sandstone and formed around 1.4 million years ago to 700,000 years ago. In this formation, you can see a number of extinct sea creatures like ammonites, porpoises, and even the first true dolphin, reflecting the time this land was underwater. The museum even houses one of the most complete whale skeleton fossils in the world. Over time, the shifting of tectonic plates caused the ocean waters to recede as it raised nearby mountains and hills. This leads us to the second formation, known as the Coyote Hills Formation. This one came from an era ranging from around 700,000 years ago to 400,000 years ago. During this era, the area where Coyote Hills now stands was a drainage plain for the runoff waters that flowed down from the mountains and into nearby creeks. In this formation, you start to see the emergence of terrestrial animals, but also many kinds of marine fossils as well, from the mudstone or siltstone layers found close to the San Pedro Formation. This suggests that the environment was for a time a prehistoric estuary where rivers flowed out to sea. In younger layers here, few fossils were found, as it is believed that the flow of the nearby Coyote Creek would not have preserved them. The final formation is the La Habra Formation. This layer spans the time of the late Pleistocene around 400,000 to 10,000 years ago. The water from the nearby Coyote Creek nourished an expansive grassland that had a diversity of terrestrial animals alongside freshwater fish and amphibians. On display at the Interpretive Center, one can see just how big those giant sloths really were. One can also see the remains of iconic creatures such as the mammoths and the saber-toothed cats, alongside other lesser-known ancient creatures like bison, tapirs, and horses. Provided by the Interpretive Center were these diagrams that allow one to visualize the formation and makeup of the surrounding areas, as well as a number of sites where fossils were unearthed. Much has changed over the years, and a large portion of the La Habra Formation has been covered by artificial fill to create the park itself and its lake over top. However, you can still see parts of the La Habra Formation on a number of hills that remain undeveloped within the park. The Coyote Hills Formation can be seen across the street, making up most of the flatter portions of the hills. Some of the places where fossils were discovered in the past have been developed and are now covered by roads and sidewalks. The location shown on the map for the tapir specifically appears to now be covered by road. The San Pedro Formation can be seen in the layers of sandstone visible on the lower portions of the cliffs. According to the diagrams, this is where they would have found many of the marine shell fossils. As of today, the Coyote Hills area has been through many changes, and will likely change again many times into the far future. On that note, I find it relevant to mention that as of now, the Coyote Hills area has long been considered for future home development. Years ago, the eastern part of Coyote Hills area was developed into housing. Now only the western portion remains. There is a small area of the western hills designated as a nature preserve, but the rest of the remaining area is still under consideration. Maybe one day future archaeologists will find our homes at this very spot.